Hey, it's Cletus here from your very own Snap-on Auto Shop. We named it Snap-on because that's the only tools we use to keep our cars running. I've been invited here today to share with you 7 ways to keep your car running. Come on with me. As you can see here, I keep her pretty clean. The first check for the day is checking your antifreeze. So you pull this stick out right here, and this is how you check your fluids. Oh yeah, she's looking good. You put that stick back in there. Whenever that stick tells you that it's low, you put your antifreeze in there. Antifreeze, get the etymology into no freeze, no freeze. This keeps your car from freezing. Check number 2. How to start a dead battery. Always keep 2 AA's handy. You take the positive side of one and you put it on the negative terminal. You know how 2 magnets attract. And you take the other battery, you put the negative side on the positive terminal. And this will allow your car to jump start. And check number 3. Now that we've finished under the hood, let's move to the outside of our cars. We're going to look right here on our tire at the PSI. That means pressure setting incomplete. You'll find 2 numbers right here. We want to make sure that we keep it as close to the lowest number as possible. If it's too high, it's incomplete. Check number 4, changing the tire. The first thing you want to do is find your handy jack. On most American cars, it's attached right below the engine. You want to slide it under here. Make sure you find a good firm foundation. Make sure your car is on a little slope. That allows to make sure that your brakes are working well. Then you want to go ahead and jack it up. And after you jack it up, you want to go ahead and start to loosen these bolts. But don't try to loosen these before you jack it up. You might lose your tire. That's asking for all kinds of trouble. After you take these bolts off your tire, you want to go ahead and pull the tire off, put your new one back on there, and then put the bolts right back on. Making sure you put them on there as tight as you possibly can. Then you let go of the jack, and you're good to go. Check number 5. Now we move inside the car, and we're going to look at a couple gauges. The first one we're going to look at is the heat and cool. See, this gauge right here tells you if your car is overheating or not. When your car is overheating, the first thing you want to do is to turn on the air conditioner on max. This will allow your motor to cool down. Now the last 2 checks are for you, men. Check number 6 is making sure you keep your fuel gauge correct. See, man, you don't want to keep your gas tank too full. The girl might think you got a little bit more money than what you really got. But you also don't want to keep it on E, because she might think you don't have enough money to support her. And last but not least, check number 7, and it's my favorite. Getting rid of the smell and increasing your fuel efficiency. See, typically, when the old lady and I go on a date to Taco Bell, halfway home, I start feeling a little rumble in my tumble, if you know what I mean. Well, I don't want my tumble to be hurting. So, these modern day cars are equipped with a new exhaust system. And now, what we just talked about in the cab, it works itself through the seat, through the system, and ends right here. See, this drippage is a good sign that your exhaust is working well, and it's becoming more fuel efficient.